Hi, hello, howdy. Impromptu tutorial time. This is for someone in the Yokai Watch Modding Discord because they're like, hey, how do you do models? And I'm like, well, you see, you suffer immensely. Not really. This is a quick and dirty tutorial. It's too hot outside. I don't know what I'm doing. So, this is the model provided to me by the person. As you can see, I'm not entirely familiar with the yokai's names yet. I'm sorry, I'm a fake fan. But this is the model we have, so I'm gonna go from processing the model to putting the model in the thing, and then we're gonna party, I hope, and hopefully it won't explode. So it's already rigged, so I will not go over rigging because I'm too tired for that. If you don't know how to rig models in Blender, please watch someone else's tutorial on that. But she already has an armature. So we're gonna go ahead and delete this armature, explode it, get rid of it. I don't have screencast keys because I couldn't get it to work. It was getting mad at me, so who knows. And then let's do RX90, put her back in this position. And just want to make sure, yeah, let's apply her rotation real quick so that doesn't bite me in the ass later. So first thing we want to do is look at her model. As you can see, she's a bit blocky. So let's go to Object. As you can see, I'm using a Blender 2.9, which is what the add-on we need to use uses. I don't like using Blender 2.9. So if I look lost, it's because I am. So where is the shade smooth? So if we choose shade smooth, she doesn't shade smooth, which means her geometry is a mess. Let's go to edit mode, select everything, go to mesh, and then where is it? Clean up, merge by distance. Great, now she's smooth, wonderful. She's shiny even. So I just want to go real quick to her material. And I want to turn on backface culling. So as you can see, her model looks fine. There's no areas that we want to do, so it's pretty much been prepared for us. So what we want to go do now is go to Kurimu 2. Open up your Yokai Watch, whatever game you're using folder, the Yokai Watch A folder, a .fa. Scroll to whoever you're gonna replace, and in this case, Yokai Watch 2. God, I don't know her name. I'm sorry. I'm the fake fan moments. I was literally just told her name and I forgot it, but she's yokai number 133000. So the first folder is the important one. However, we're going to go into this third folder, open it, and then export the huge MTN2 file. We'll save it somewhere for later to test it, because that's the motion file. So we're going to go to the first folder and just cool, there's stuff in there. We'll open it later and to mess with it, but right now we're just going to go extract to wherever you want. I already did that. And go to Metanoia and open it up and open as model. I already did that. You should see a box, which is great. I love boxes, but we can't actually see anything. So to make sure you got the right model, go to the info tab, go to the mesh, open this, click cull. This is the collision box. We want to turn the rendering on this to false. And yep, that's her. That's the right girl, I hope. So now that we've confirmed we have the right girl, let's go and export her. So let's export or first I want to, oh my god, I hate the camera controls on this. So first let's import an animation. Let's import test motion. Just to, uh-oh. Oh wait, no, she appears out of nothing. As you can see, I'm new to modding this game, so I don't quite know the things, but as you can see, this is her motion. It's kind of weird because that's how the motions are configured, but she does her first appearing thing and her little idle just fine. So let's export the model. Let's just save it as model.day. Yes, export materials and text. So now that we've exported her model, we'll open a new Blender tab. Yay, I love having at least 3 minimums of Blender open at all times. So let's import Collada Day, navigate to your model, and there's going to be a huge cube. I love cubes. So we're going to open the armature tab and just hide the cube for now. As you can see, she is divided into two parts, skin 1 and skin 2. Skin 2 is just her snow, so we won't bother with that. Skin 1 is where the rest of her is. So if you compare these two, they look pretty similar. So we will just Control C this in this tab, and then Control V it over here. So now that that's done, we want to transfer the info between the things. But first, I forgot to mention this, if you rigged your model from scratch, or actually if your model's rigged, I don't care, do it anyways. Go to Weight Paint for your model, the one you are going to be replacing with. Go to Weights, go to Limit Total, change this, all groups, to 2. In this case, we had 3 vertex weights we had to limit. Go to Clean, all groups, and then we want to normalize all, turn off lock active. This is a fail-safe to make sure your model doesn't explode. Because if you don't normalize your weights, if you have more than X amount of weight groups, and if it's not cleaned, it will explode. It does in The Sims. It does in every single goddamn game I know. So if your model explodes, be like, hey, did I forget to do this? And maybe you did. So she looks kind of funky right now because they are overlaid onto each other, but you want to go to this tab, open the UV map thing, copy this name, put this name, oh my goodness, put this name here, and then go to this one, go to her material, and change it to the 133000 material. So now they have the same material. Cool, great. And you want to go here, go to edit mode, Control A, and then just kill all the vertices, delete them all. And we want to click this, Control click this, and do Control J. So now it's basically the same thing. If you go into this mode, she looks messed up because we haven't replaced her texture yet. But she's kind of fine. It's kind of okay. So now that that's done, you can export your model. Cool. So we're not going to export Skin 2 or the Cool Box because we're not messing with those. We just mess with this model. We're going to just make sure everything's all right. We're going to double click this, copy this name, the name of the material, default lib, whatever. Go to Export, Level 5, Mesh PRM, go to wherever you're saving it. I'm going to name it, oh god, what's her name? Or actually, no, let's just name this Skin 1. That's what I named this. I love forgetting my file name things. For the templates, click whatever game you're doing. For this game, I'm doing Yokai Watch 2. Meshes, make sure to select Skin 1 or whatever you're exporting. Go to Library, paste that in, and just export her to PRM. Now we are going to go to Kurimu 2. Open up this, or actually, you exported it earlier. Let's open up the XC file so we're not modifying the base one, just like messing with it haphazardly, even though I love to do that. And we're going to first replace the ZI file, not ZI, XI, it's pronounced Z to me. We're going to replace this. So we're going to go here, open this new texture. It's going to whine at me while it encodes. And then we're going to save this. My computer's making noises right now. If this tutorial ends, don't worry about it. So, and then we're going to look for the PRM files. As you can see, there is this PRM file, but that's too small. There's this PRM file, but that's the cool box because it's only like 348 bytes. This one is huge, so this was the one we're going to replace. So we're going to replace this with skin1.prm, and we're going to save this as, do not save over your original files or you will regret it one day. Save it as new. Just add that. Cool. So now we're going to go back to Yokai Watch. Actually, no, we're not going to go back to the main archive. We're going to go back to Metanoia. And we're going to have to close this real quick because Metanoia gets pissy if you open a file that's open somewhere else. We're going to open the new file. And we're going to open as model. And the cool box is going to be there and it's going to be annoying. So this is a good way to check if your rig may explode. So this isn't my model. So if it explodes and I have to cut the tutorial here and there's like a random jump cut, you'll know why. So go to mesh, let's hide this cool box. It's false. So cool. We have her here. It's going to appear red for some reason, but it won't appear red in game. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Let's import the animation we exported earlier. Test motion. Zoom in. Can we see her? Cool. Look at her go. She's so pretty. I love her. Cool. Let's just close this, but not close Metanoia in case we need it later. So we'll see this first file. Let's replace this with our new one. And then, I'm gonna jump cut to a game just in case my PC explodes. So let's do that right now. Alright, so here I am in the future. So as you can see, Blazaria, her name is there. She's kind of screwed up, but she works. So I'm gonna go over a janky method of how to possibly fix things if they're screwed up. This is not a 100% confirmed method of fixing things that are screwed up, but it may work. So let's just exit Citra before my computer explodes. Also, you can do this on an actual device. I just had to port my stuff over here, which took like 30 goddamn minutes, because it's just, I don't want to transfer the big archive file to my 3DS every single time, and you don't either, so it's recommended to test your mods in Citra first. So let's exit this, and oh, hi, that's me. Where am I? Let's go to Blender. So, as we could see, it was her arm and a bit of this cape, so this is quick and dirty, so I'm not going to do the best job at this. Actually, first let's save this in case Blender crashes on me. See, that's the one thing I don't get about Yokai Watch, is I was very into yokai, like the creatures, the urban legends, when I was, like, in high school. So seeing them have, like, these Pokemonified names, as I call it, by the localizers, it's very weird. But I'm getting off track. Let's go to edit mode. Let's go just... because this will make it easier to select things. I forgot they moved it all the way over here. Let's just change this to face mode, and let's find the problematic pieces. So it was this. Oh, they have the same UV map. This is going to be a pain. So I'm probably going to speed this up real quick. Cool. So this is a lot of trial and error. It's annoying. I hate it, but you have to do it if you want your models to work. So we've identified these parts as the parts that are weird, right? We want to press not control, we just want to press P and separate them by selection. Now we want to unhide skin 2, which is these bulbal things, the snow. And we want to copy the snow UV map name, Control C. And we want to paste it onto here. It's just changing the 1 to a 2, but you know. And then we want to control click here, and then control click here, and then control J. This is not guaranteed to work. It might not work in this video because I didn't pre-run this, but this is what I've found to work when one part of a model doesn't work. Just paste it onto another part, and it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So now that that's done, we want to export both parts. So let's export this as level 5 PRM, and they have the same material, so I can just do this. Let's save this as skin 1. And let's save this, export level 5 PRM, skin 2. And then we want to go back to Kurimu, and then open our file again, which was this one. So we want to replace this one, the first PRM, with skin 2, because that's the closest. As a vertex color. Okay, delete your vertex colors. That's my new fact. Kill them, explode them with your mind. Angry. See, we're going over all the errors here. This is a great tutorial. I say lying to myself. So export, yeah, if you have anything open in any other programs, it'll throw an error. So be sure to read errors before you get mad about them. So let's open this. Let's replace this PRM with skin 2. So now you can see it's more reasonable in size. And then let's replace this with skin 1. Again, if you are confused on which is which, look at the file sizes, see what's closest. Otherwise, YOLO swag it. So we're going to save this again. Oh god, I have to scroll all the way down. I mean, I could search it, but why would I do that? Hold on, I have old man eyes. I can't look at things. 13300. Let's replace with our new file. And let's save and hope please don't explode. So my computer's making noises right now. It does not like saving a huge like 1 GB file. Okay, let's open Citra. Oh, and as you can see, she mostly works now. The problem is I kind of, like, as you can see, the bottom of her thing is animating. I forgot her hair was buggy. So again, it's trial and error. It's really annoying, and I hate it so much. Or actually, can I rotate her? Hi. So, okay, yeah, I miscalculated which parts were not working. So it's trial and error, it's annoying, you have to get used to it. So I'm gonna cut the camera until I get her working. Okay, hi, I'm back. So that took longer than I did because that's the thing about this is the documentation and deciphering of the files is that's available at the time of recording and posting this is not perfect. It's not as comprehensive as other games. Like, what comes to mind is like Pokemon ROM hacking. Like, that's what I was super into when I was a teenager. It's nowhere near as good as the stuff for the GBA games for those. So you have to make compromises. As you can see, her shoulder looks a little funny, and the back of her robe, I just didn't have the patience to do that, but I could fix it if I did have the patience, because I know it's these polygons that need to be replaced and moved up to there, but I don't want to do that right now. So the arm, I ended up just straight up rigging that entire thing to the hand, because all of the arm bones on the right arm just would not cooperate no matter what I did. So that's one of the main things you have to do, is you have to make compromises, and it's annoying. But she moves fine, if you can excuse the shoulder, and also the robe. Like, who cares, man? So, yeah, let's get out of here. Oh, hi, that's me. So, one last thing I want to add is, because it was specifically requested, is, okay, cool, you got Blizaria in-game, and she looks kind of okay. I'm gonna save this, actually, I haven't saved this. How do I add the outline, though? She's missing her outline. So, the outline, I'm just gonna preemptively add the image here, so I can use it for reference. The outline is, I don't know how to decode the in-game shaders, so we're just going to use a stupid workaround for it. So a thing to keep in mind with this method is it's going to almost effectively double your poly count, which is not a good thing if you want your thing to run on an actual 3DS system. So keep that in mind, keep your poly count in mind, keep everything in mind. So what we're going to do, we're going to use an add-on called Outline Helper. Yay! So we're going to use Outline Helper, and we're just going to, she looks messed up because this is the old texture, but I don't care. So we're going to click on Skin 1, and we're going to add Set Outline. So as you can see, she has an outline now. Yay! So I'm just going to apply the scale to that, and it's going to be great. So now that she has an outline, we're just going to add another outline here to her other part. And yeah, as you can see, poly count is effectively doubled, but because this is a tutorial thing and I'm only using this on an emulator, I don't care. So we're going to select the Blizaria here. We're going to go to her modifiers tab, which is this wrench. We're going to click this little button by O outline, and we're going to apply it. Next, we're going to go here and delete this vertex group. We're going to also do this for the other part. Apply that, go here, delete this vertex group. Cool. So now we're here, and we're going to go to her material tab. We're going to see O outline material. We are going to go to edit mode, and as you can see, when we are going to click, we're going to make sure we have our faces selected. We're going to select this, and it's going to select only the outline. Now, if you want to try and fix your poly count situation, you can always go to Mesh, Clean Up, and then Decimate Geometry. Of course, this will make your outline not perfect, and it kind of has an Okami effect to it, I've noticed, where it looks like cool pen strokes. So maybe you like it, I don't know. But we're going to go here, and we're going to, oh right, click this little arrow, these two arrows, if you want to select things. Cool, it's cool, don't worry about it. So we're just going to shrink this and move this to a section that's black, so if we, or whatever color you want. So say we want a black outline, so let's put that here. There's probably a better way to do that, but who cares? And then after we're done that, we're going to delete this material, and now she's all blue, and then we're going to repeat that for this part. She's all blue because we haven't replaced the texture, so that's, I'm assuming that where it's black here, it's blue there. Bada bing, bada boom. So we're going to shrink this, move this over here. There we go. And then we're going to delete this material. Once you're done and you delete that material, that's pretty much, you can't really mess with it more without it being infinitely painful, because you can no longer select material. So just make sure you're done when you're done doing that. So we're just going to save this as Blizaria outline. Save as, okay, cool. So now we're going to select her body, and we're just going to copy this because we saved as a new file, and it may clear the name. Sometimes it does that, sometimes it doesn't. So let's export this as skin 1 outline. You don't actually have to select it before you export it, I just like doing that. So let's export this as skin 1 outline. Let's export this as a PRM, skin 2 outline, and then if I only recommend adding the outline once you're sure your model looks how you want it to look. In this case, it doesn't, because the back is messed up, but for the sake of not taking forever for a tutorial, it is how it is. So now we open Kurimutu again, and we're going to replace the PRMs. So replace this with whatever this is. Oh goodness, it's a mess in here. Skin 1 outline. So as you can see, the file size is basically doubled, which is not great if you want to run this on an actual 3DS, because file size is very important on actual hardware, but if you don't care, then good for you. I myself love to run things on actual hardware, so that's why I try and keep my poly count low, and if anything, if my poly counts are too high, I'm like, oh no! So, okay, that's the right one. Let's replace her. Replace... Oops, I saved over that. I didn't mean to do that. Don't save over things, kids. Remember to save as, always, all the time. So yeah, as you can see, the file size is huge now. Let's hope this runs. Basically, anything can run an emulator, though, which is the cool thing about porting your games. I'm like losing my voice, so don't worry about it. So, as you can see, she has an outline now! Yay! And, of course, she still has the issue with her coat that I'm not fixing, because I don't want to for a tutorial, but yeah, that's pretty much it. If you use the outline helper, it's great if you don't mind your poly count being 5 billion, or if you model around it, so like you intentionally make it so you won't hit it, good for you. But that is it for this tutorial. So, what did we learn today? We learned I hate Blender 2.9 because I'm an old man and I like 2.79. We learned that you have to make compromises with this game sometimes because the documentation and tools are still being developed, still being looked at. It's an active modding scene though, so I can see it only improving as time goes by. So if a bone doesn't work, try putting it somewhere else, or try rigging it to someone else. You might have to get creative. And outlines, you can add them with an add-on. There's a link in the description. It's gonna be cool. Okay, I'm officially out of voice. Thank you for watching. Sorry if I rambled too long. That's kind of what I do. But if you enjoyed the video and maybe thought it was helpful, I'm glad. Okay, that's it. Bye.